Yo, what up, it's Don.
Seemingly here.
Soul Brothers, back up in it. Breaking down the KD line.
Yes.
Is the KD 12 the best KD just because it's the newest? I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know. And does it progress as far as,
Yeah.
I guess price does.
Price does.
Price does. But does performance? Not really. That's not the case, which kind of sucks. But yeah, so starting it off with the KD4, I guess, to the 6. Where's my 5? These are the, I guess the cheaper models. It got a little bit more expensive once it got to the 6 though. But these are the shoes that use synthetic materials.
Yeah.
Like they're all synthetic, fully synthetic. And this was a phase in Nike's basketball shoes. And they're all really nice, man. Traction was on point with all of these shoes, man. Which kind of sucks because the traction in the most recent models is not very good comparing it to these. But also the cushion is not as good though.
In these?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the 4-foot zoom, they basically, I think they all use 4-foot zoom, dude.
Right.
They're all 4-foot zoom. The 6 and the 5 you have Air Max units, and the 4 is basically just a foam. So the cushion setup is pretty nice, but nothing too crazy. And like I said, the materials with the synthetic, which it kind of sucks at first because you need to break it in. There is a little bit of pinching, but once you break it in, very, very nice, very supportive. One thing that also that sucks about synthetic materials is that the ventilation isn't very good. So there's the 4 through 6 there. It's actually should be like this: 4, 5, and then 6 right here. And then of course, and then the 6 Elite, I guess, to the 7 they used shit mesh, which is like, dude, really?
Yeah.
Really, bro? But yeah, it didn't feel great on. I really don't like shit mesh that Nike uses, but basically the same thing. Like the 6 Elite is insanely bouncy, dude.
Gnarly zoom unit.
Yes, but the one thing that sucks about this is that it's very, very stiff. Like it's really, really hard to bend. Traction is insane as well on this. The 7 is really nice as well, but like not as good on dust as the older models, which is interesting. And also the 7 I didn't really like because like the offset is pretty high, and I felt a little bit unstable in this unit for some reason. So 7 I wasn't a huge fan of, and same with the 6 because the zoom unit is too bouncy, very stiff. There's really no bending in the 4-foot, and the shin mesh isn't very nice. So, but also it was still a really expensive shoe. And then the 8 is where they kind of started to kind of like get a premium feel. Like I think starting with the 8 is where they really wanted to make KD's line a little bit more premium. Like I think Kobe was getting older, and I still like Kobe and LeBron was like they were like the main 6, like the most premium shoes, and they put all their tech in those shoes. But the KD 8 also is where Nike started to put like really nice tech in KD's line. So you have what they call a fly weave upper, which is basically like a Flyknit / textile upper. It feels real nice. I wonder what happened to it.
Yeah.
They just like stopped using it.
I like those kind of materials. It's kind of like a performance woven.
Nice.
Like
And I also really liked how this looks. I liked how this looked. You have a full-length zoom setup, which is basically bottom-loaded. So it's not like the zoom is right underneath your foot. It's more of like a diving board zoom setup. And also the traction was weird. It sucked on dust. On a clean court it was nice, but basically all traction patterns are good on clean courts. You know what I'm saying? But also with the 9 is where they really stepped it up a notch. And I think this was the first zoom unit of its kind in the KD9, because like if you look at it, which is really, really nice, is that this you can't bend at all.
Yeah.
But it's still full length. But the KD9 you can bend it like in the 4-foot. Look at that.
Yeah.
Which that feels great. Of course, you did have this little defect here with the zoom unit popping right here, which kind of sucked. But you had this honeycomb traction pattern, and traction was good, but also like not on dust, and not as good as the older models, which sucks. And this is the first implementation of Flyknit in KD's line, even though I see the KD8 it's basically Flyknit. I don't know why they didn't call it Flyknit, but anyways.
Yeah, they went one booty upper in this one.
Yes.
Textile in the back of the shoe, but really super comfortable shoe.
I say the KD9 is my favorite out of the KD9, 10, and the 11.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know why. The 11 also uses fine. The same goes with the 10. I don't know why, but the KD9 was not as bad for lateral containment as the 10 and the 11 for me.
Right.
So I like that a little bit better as well. The zoom is also very crazy in all of them. The KD11 is more of a zoom that's right underneath your foot, and you can feel the zoom versus, I guess, no, actually you can feel the KD9 and 10 unit as well underneath your foot, but it's also kind of like the diving board zoom. That's what we're gonna call it, all right? And also here is the 12, KD12. Is it the best shoe in his line? And I would say no. I would say no, but it definitely is the best out of the past like 3 or 4 models. Like the 8 I really didn't like. The 9 I liked, but the 10 not as much, and same with the 11. And then as far as aesthetics go, I like 10 the best, to be honest.
Me too.
I like the 10 a lot.
Yeah.
As far as aesthetics go, you can really rock this off court, on court. It looks like a basketball shoe, but off court it looks dope as well.
Yeah.
But my favorite performer still in KD's line is either man, I don't know, man. I really like all of these, dude.
Right.
These are all so
better
nice.
than the 12.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like, I like the cushion setup in the 12 better than the cushion setups in these, the 4 through 5 or 4 through 6. But the traction is so much better, and the cushion is still pretty nice in all these 3 models. And the materials I don't really mind as well, because the KD 9 through 11, even though it was a really nice Flyknit material, the support was not there.
Right.
You know, so I'd rather have a supportive material than just like having a really nice knit. So there's that, and I wish they would bring it back to these shoes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they need to improve the traction. Leo Chang, you guys need to improve the traction on
compound something.
Yeah, like on dust, like the past like 4 models, it wasn't great.
Companies need to start sending us shoes they're testing, and we'll test them on course. I mean,
exactly.
You
Give
know,
you feedback on the dust.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah. So that's just my opinion. But like the 4 through 6 are my favorite performers, and they probably will be. And I'm looking forward to like Katie's, next signature shoes, and hopefully they are bangers. Like the KD12 was a really nice shoe, but they kind of came up short with that dust problem with the traction pattern. So anyways, that's just a quick comparison / I guess like what's the best performer in KD's line in our opinion. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next one.
Later.
Peace.